Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the MeanGene Show here on Podbean Live. We are streaming here on a Thursday, November 18th, 2021, getting you ready for week 11 of the National Football League. And it all gets underway tonight between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. And yes, we can't wait because this is a rematch of that Super Bowl. You all remember that Super Bowl. And yes, we're going to talk about it. Joining me a little bit later on in the show is going to be my man, Mr. Picks, Jeff Lambert Sr. He should be fresh off celebrating that birthday. You know, he turned 51 on Tuesday, so I think he's going to be good to go. But anyway, hey, hope you are enjoying your week, and things are about to kick off here. And I want to say, and I am excited to say, this is show number 400 here on Podbean. Podbean Live, we're streaming once again. This is 400. I can't believe it. I don't even know where the time has gone. I mean, I think I remember show number 100 here on Podbean, but I didn't even know that this was number 400 until I got an email the other day saying that the last show I completed last week was number 399. So I said, okay, wait a minute. There's just no way that I can just ease into 400 without acknowledging it. But hey, this is it. And I'm glad that it happened in the middle of the NFL season because, I mean, it could have happened at any time. And I admit I don't do a show all the time here on Podbean. As you know, I do have a show that comes on radio, and that's on KDWN 720 AM in Las Vegas. By the way, make sure you catch that show every Saturday night, 7:20 a.m. KDWN in Las Vegas. I'm on radio every week, every Saturday. You can go to iHeartRadio and just go and type in KDWN, and that's Pacific time, 10 p.m. Pacific time, and you can catch that show. I see Mr. Picks. He's dialing in, and why don't we just go ahead and bring him in here before we get too far into the show. And we are going to jump all over week number 11 of the National Football League. Mr. Picks, are you with me?
I'm with you, MeanGene. How you doing today, my brother?
Hey, man, I'm doing great, man. I was just talking about the 400th episode of the MeanGene Show here on Podbean.
Oh, man, congratulations, man. That's
Hey,
a
man.
wonderful thing.
Hey, it's a crazy week here. And then before that, I was just telling people I'm honored to have you here because I know you were celebrating and partying number 51 for Mr. Picks on Tuesday.
Hey, man. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir, MeanGene. Hey, man.
We're looking for you, man, because I know how these birthdays go, man.
Hey, I bounced back. I bounced back good, though. I bounced back like a rubber band, MeanGene. So, hey, I'm back. I'm ready to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Picks got to get back to picking.
Yeah, man, I tell you what. And something told me to just record all of our picks from last week because the last couple of weeks in the NFL has been crazy. And I know you do a tremendous amount of homework when it comes to picking these games. And I do my research as well. But man, over the last couple of weeks, man, and even, you know, going into Monday night here, things has just been crazy here. But once again, we're gonna come back here and we're gonna try to do it again, man. We're gonna try to get it right here, starting with tonight. we're gonna try to do it right here. But you know what? Before we even start with tonight's matchup between the Patriots and the Falcons, let's go back and I want to go back and look at how we started the week off last Thursday night, just a week ago. You know, we had the Ravens and the Dolphins, right? And
Right.
so we had the I think the Thursday night game here. I believe we said it was 46 points, right?
Correct.
It was, yeah. I think the final. What was the final score? The final score of that game. Let me go back and look. I think the final score of that game was 22-10.
Yeah,
And
it was.
the Dolphins defeated the Ravens. It was an upset on Thursday night, Mr. Pig. So Every once in a while, we have to kind of just acknowledge when we're wrong. We didn't get that one, and it was, and Vegas.
Hold on, Mean Gene. Hold on, Mean Gene. Wait a minute now. I like the way you said that but me, Mr. Picks took the underdog. I took Miami and the under, if I'm not mistaken, Mean Gene. I don't have that paperwork in front of me, but if I'm not mistaken, I told you.
You said under the point.
Exactly.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you did. Actually, you said Miami in the points. I got it right here. You are absolutely right.
Hey, there you go, Minji. That's why I said, well,
right. Yeah. That's exactly why I wanted to go back and capture that game. So, yes, you absolutely, you are correct, Mr. Picks. You said under the points.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, I said the Ravens were going to win. So, my correction, I said the Ravens would win, but I got your notes here, Mr. Picks.
There you go.
Miami and the points. That's exactly what Mr. Pick said. So, folks, now, if our listeners, if you were on it, then you had a chance to make some money.
Yeah.
You had a chance.
There you go.
Yeah. So here we go.
If I'm not mistaken, I only think I missed 3 out of all the games that was played from Thursday up until Sunday. I think I only got 3 incorrect. And that was barely. And I think one of the ones ended up being a tiebreaker. So that was the Pittsburgh game. So it was really like 2 games.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. The Pittsburgh Steelers on that Sunday, well, not the Sunday night game, but it was one of the afternoon games. Pittsburgh Steelers tying with the Detroit Lions 16-16, and an incredible game there for the Steelers. So we're talking about what the Steelers are up against this week in week 11 of the National Football League. So let's go ahead and just jump right on into week 11. It gets underway here in about, let's say 3 hours and 15 minutes, maybe a little bit less than that. It's going to be a rematch of that Super Bowl that took place right here in Houston, Texas. And that was the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. And I have often said that the Atlanta Falcons have had a hangover ever since that Super Bowl. Remember, they were leading 28-3, somehow managed to lose that Super Bowl. A lot of things have changed, and then some things haven't changed. How about this? Tom Brady is no longer the quarterback of the New England Patriots, but Bill Belichick is still the coach. And Dan Quinn is no longer the head coach of the Falcons, but Matty Ice is still the quarterback. So that's going to be interesting to see how this is going to go tonight. I will say week 11 of the National Football League, only 2 teams have a bye, Mr. Picks, and that is the Broncos and the Rams. So we're almost going to have a full schedule here of games to talk about in week 11. And let's go ahead and start with the 6-4 New England Patriots. And if the playoffs were to start today, Mr. Picks, the Patriots would be in. The Atlanta Falcons are outside looking in. They need a lot of things to happen because of the division they're in the NFC South. But they're 4-5. The game is going to be played at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Mr. Picks, who do you have for this Thursday night matchup against the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons?
Well, Mean Gene, right now, Vegas at this game, hey man, going by New England to win by 6.5 points with the over and under at 47. Me personally, Mean Gene, I think, like you say, you got Atlanta on the outs looking in and need a lot of things to happen. And I think it's kind of like a revenge match. So I think the Iceman, if it just come down to just covering, and a lot of this time I look at covering, and if they win, hey, that's even a plus. But I believe tonight the Iceman gonna come in there, and I think he's at home, and I think they know what they're up against to say, hey, look, this is an opportunity to get our leg back. We won't get Tom Brady, but we at least could get Belichick. So I think that, hey, I'm going to go with Atlanta to cover that 6.5. And I actually think this game is going to go under the 47, Mean Gene.
Okay. Under the 47 points, right? Okay, all
Yeah.
right. I like Atlanta to get that revenge there. I mean, I know a lot of things have changed, but man, I mean, look here. You're at home. I know that's got to be on his mind. I know Brady's not there, so you're not really getting even with Tom Brady anyway. But you got to be
Exactly.
getting even with Bill Belichick because he was the mastermind behind that Super Bowl, putting together that win. So Matty Ice got to get even with somebody, and why not Bill Belichick tonight? And there's just
Exactly.
no way
Exactly.
he wants a rookie like Mac Jones to come in there and punk him. You know, you already got punked by Tom Brady. I say they win big tonight. I say that
Yeah.
Matty Ice win big, and you know, I don't know if they make the playoffs this year, but I say they win this game tonight to kick off Week 11 and improve to 500, and then who knows what happens from there? You know, you just never know. Cam Newton is back in that division with
Yeah.
Tom Brady and Matty Ice, and who knows what's going to happen. But I like the Falcons to win tonight. So, Mister Picks, we
Yeah.
start the show on the same page, my man. All
I
right.
know that's real.
Let's go ahead and jump into the first game on Sunday. And whoo, boy, we got a lot of games to cover on Sunday here. The first game, Indianapolis Colts 5-5 at the Buffalo Bills 6-3. The Bills, they went big last week over the Jets 45-17. And the Colts, they win over the Jacksonville Jaguars 23-17. And Mr. Picks, who do you like in this game here in this AFC matchup here?
Well, Mean Gene, right now I'm looking at some things. Well, right now Vegas got this game going. The over and under is 50, and Buffalo is favored to win by 7 points. Mean Gene, I'm gonna take the Indianapolis Colts to cover that 7 points. And from the looks of things and the way a lot of this been going right now, hold on, let me shuffle some paperwork. Let me shuffle some
I hear you.
paperwork.
I hear you over there. I know you're up to something.
This game, I think this game is going to go well up under 50 points there, Mean Gene. I don't think this is going to be a high scoring game. Some of it due to a lot of the weather and a lot of it. I just don't think that this game is going to be mostly on a defense type of style of play.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
think defense is going to win, and I think the Colts will cover.
So you think the Colts will cover that 7, right? But who? So
Yes, sir.
you like Buffalo to win?
Well, Mean G, it's hard to say because there's really I'm on the fence with a lot of these games because see I'm doing the picks. That's why they call me Mr. Pick. So I can't really just say sometimes that they're gonna win. I believe Buffalo. There's a possibility Buffalo could win this game and walk away with the win, but for some odd reason, I think the Colts are just gonna upset them, just flat right out upset Buffalo. I
Well,
think
I'm
Buffalo is somehow or another. It seemed like they just falling apart. It's kind of like the Rams. It's like you get there and then you start slacking up, on your style of play. So somehow or another, I think the coach going to come in and they're going to take a win. And I think this is going to be one of those days that Buffalo is going to lose.
Well, you know what I mean. I will give it to the Indianapolis Colts. They have been playing some good football here of late, and I know Buffalo was on a little slide there. Tennessee had got them, but this game is going to be in Buffalo. I'm going to say Buffalo is going to win this game, and I think Buffalo. Here we are on the second half of the season, so a little bit over the second half of the season. There's only 6 games remaining here, and this is where you need to finish strong. And if Buffalo's going to be taken serious, they made it to the AFC Championship game last year. If they're going to be taken as a serious contender, these are the games they really need to win. So I got Buffalo winning this game on Sunday. All right, the next game we got the Washington football team 3-6 at the Carolina Panthers 5-5. The Panthers win a game because I'm back. back.
I'm back.
Got 2 touchdowns there. I'm talking about Cam Newton. Cam Newton got the win over the Arizona Cardinals. Now this was a shocker of a game
And
last
that
week.
was one that hey, Mean G. That was another one of the games. Come on, man. Come on now.
Let me go grab the notes on this game from last week here, because I know we got them here. Okay, this was Cardinals. All right, okay, Cardinals was supposed to win by 10, and the over under. Okay, Mr. Picks, you had the Panthers to cover the points.
Exactly.
And you got it.
Exactly. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, Mr.
I told him, I said, hey, man.
You called this game.
I say, if Cam, before you gave the breaking news, because you came right in after we made our picks, and you gave the breaking news, and I said, hey, if you go and, jump on this bid right now, because it might go down. I say, but jump on this for the simple fact. I say, and Cam just boosted it up, and he came in and did exactly what I thought they were going to do. And I told you, I say, hey, I just don't think that they're going to cover the point. I say, I've been pulling for Arizona before the season started. And I just felt like, nah, I don't think they're going to do it this week. It's just not going to be the week. And then when Cam, I'm back, came be it. He scored those, man, hey, that just sealed the deal.
Yeah, you did say that now. You did say that. So, well, we got to pick one in this one. Washington football team versus Panthers here, and the game is in Carolina. So what are the numbers there? What are the odds there? What are we looking at?
Right now, Carolina is favored to win by 3.5 points with the over and under at 43 there, Mean Gene. Well, my thoughts on this, Mean Gene, I'm going to go with the under 43 in this game. I'm going to take the under 43. And as far as who I feel like a win, if it's sitting like it is right now, Mean Gene, I'm going to say Carolina Panthers will cover. They will cover that 3. I believe Cam is going to keep on pushing. I mean, I feel like right now he's in a position to where he want everybody to know he's back. And it wasn't just that one game. It wasn't just that one game. And he's at home, so he want to get out there and feel like, hey, I'm finna show him that, hey, I'm finna do my thing. And all this hype, he's trying to get that love back from the fans and everything. And he's ready to show, hey, man, you didn't waste your money on bringing me back. So I think if it stay like what it is now, I believe Carolina will cover that 3.5 points.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. And I do think the Panthers are going to win. I know Cam has taken I haven't had a chance to talk with Dustin Pfeiffer, who covers the Panthers up there. I did send him a text earlier today, but I know that Cam has practiced with the team. You know, he came in on the short week last week, didn't need much because of his size and his, just knowing the team, knowing that stadium, knowing everything. What he did was basically equivalent to just getting a layup in basketball, 2 quick touchdowns on the goal line. It wasn't much to that, right? Just getting them, just jump over the line of scrimmage and to the goal and get to the end zone. But this week it's going to be a little bit different. You're going to see a whole lot of Cam, and I think they'll cover that 3. And I agree with you. I think they're going to get that win. And then, like I said, in that division, it's going to be interesting, to see what's going to happen there. You got Tom Brady, you got Cam Newton, you got Matty Ice. You got it's like old times. You got three quarterbacks that have all been to the Super Bowl. So you got a loaded division there. The only person missing out that division, he hadn't been to the Super Bowl, but Jameis Winston won't be around to see how things are going to play out there in that NFC South. But I like to see what the Panthers are going to do on Sunday. I got them winning. All right, here's a good game, good Sunday afternoon or good Sunday Sunday afternoon game here. The Baltimore Ravens at the Chicago Bears. Last week, I believe it was the Ravens losing. Well, a week ago, actually, the Ravens losing to the Miami Dolphins on Thursday night, 22-10. And the Bears are coming off a bye. The Bears haven't played a game since the Pittsburgh Steelers beat them on that previous Monday night by a score of 29-27. All the hate that came with that Pittsburgh Steelers win, as you know, Bears fans are still reeling over the taunting call. But hey, they should have got over that now. They had a long bye, and they should be waiting for those Ravens to come in the Soldier Field on Sunday. So, Mr. Picks, what are the numbers for this game against a 6-3 Ravens and a 3-6 Chicago Bears?
Hey, Baltimore is favored to win MeanGene right now by 4.5 points with the over and under at 44 and a half.
44
All money
and a half,
right
okay.
now. Yeah, and when we make these, and if because it's early in the week, things can change. But if we are basing it on if the game started right now and everything, and
what was the points
that it'll
again?
pretty much stay the same. Baltimore is favored to win by 4.5 points. With
4.5. Okay.
Under. Yeah, all money right now would be on Baltimore. I put Baltimore to cover that. Baltimore know that hey, the division is getting kind of tight right now, and anything can happen. And hey, Pittsburgh is on the heels, and they haven't played Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah.
Amongst other things going on, so they really need to take this win because the the tie game can either hurt them or it can be a benefit to them later on down before the season is over with. But right now, MeanGene, I know that they're gonna come out and they're gonna fight. And I believe, like I say, Baltimore is going to cover that 4.5 points. And I don't think this game is going to go over 44. I don't think it's going to be a whole lot of scoring. I think their defense for Baltimore is going to step in and they're going to kind of shut Chicago down.
Yeah, and I know you're saying that with a heavy heart too, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm looking like I would love for Chicago to sneak in there and
sneak in there and get that.
Just get it.
You know what? And I'm gonna stick with my little statement I said at the beginning of this. I'm hoping the Bears and Matt Nagy. You know what? You can say all you want about Lamar Jackson, and he gets his praise. As a matter of fact, he went to Louisville, man, and they put his name up at the old stadium where he played at. He's been getting a lot of love this week. He's just been smelling the Lamar sauce all week long. But you know what? I'm going to say this about that kid that plays for the Bears. Even though, man, that, the Steelers won that defense, TJ Watt was all over that boy. I like that kid. I think that Justin Fields kid has a future in this NFL. And I tell you what, people can pay all the attention they want. As a matter of fact, you're looking at another Lamar Jackson all in the making again with this Justin Fields. Yeah. I think this kid's going to show out at home Sunday. I think everybody's going to be looking at him going, what the, did you just see? What did he just do? I got the Bears winning over the Ravens.
Hey, I think this is one time that I feel like I will hope. I'm praying that you are right. I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong on this, MeanGene. Believe me. I hope this guy, because he played with us against Pittsburgh. He played,
he came there. He never quit. Even though tell you what, man, and we were just a missed field goal away from losing that game there. So he really put his team in position to win, which, they could have easily given up. And TJ Watt sacked that kid so many times, you would have thought that he would have just gave up already, but he didn't. So this is a kid to watch out for. And they're at home, and I'm thinking, I think the Ravens are going to have their hands full trying to guard this guy. So it should be a good game. It's going to be a good one to watch. All right. How about this? The next game, the 0-8-1 Detroit Lions at the Cleveland Browns 5-5. And these matchups get interesting because they all have storylines, Mr. Picks. For all Steeler Nation fans that had to sit and watch that horrible game on Sunday, now the Lions got some momentum. They said, well, we didn't win, but we didn't lose either. Now they go into Cleveland, and the Browns, like, okay, We don't want to be the first team to lose to this team. But what are the numbers on this game against the Lions and the Browns?
Right now, Cleveland Browns is favorite to win by 11.5 points with the over and under at 43.5, Mean Gene. And right now, Mean Gene, I'm just going to say everybody just, hold tight, hold tight. Your Detroit Lions won't make it this week either. They won't. They. I don't even think this is gonna be close. I think Cleveland Brown is gonna come in and they're gonna do a whole lot better than Pittsburgh did. This won't even be close, Mean Gene. I think that Cleveland Browns is gonna cover that 11.5 points, if not even more. Detroit might just go ahead and lay down. At some point, you get to thinking, do they even really want a game? So that way it even makes when they go to the draft even better with as many picks as they can. So at some point you're just playing just to show up to give the fans a good game and make it look good. But I really just don't think they really just want to even try to win. But if so, I don't think this is going to be the game, Mean Gene. And then with the over and under at 43.5 points, I don't think this game is going to go over 43.5 points unless it moves. But right now, I don't think it's going to go over 43.5 points.
Yeah, I tell you what, Jared Goff, I don't know what to say about this guy. Now, we're at the point now in the conversation where the Lions are probably looking like they're going to take the number one pick. And it's a shame, outright shame, when the Jacksonville Jaguars are out playing the Detroit Lions. Here you have a veteran quarterback in Jared Goff. Now that rookie quarterback down in Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, is out playing him, and that's a shame. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Lions do, because they're probably going to have the number one draft pick. They're not far from, the Texans now. The Texans are still competing, even the Texans are still there too. Now, they might end up having the number one pick, but who knows? Right now, everyone thinks the Lions are going to have the number one pick, and I'm not picking them anymore, damn it. I've been wrong too many times, and
exactly.
even the game I picked them to win, they lose. I had them beating the Steelers last week, and they lost that game. And I just don't know how they're going to win a game. Their offense is just horrible.
Exactly. And Mean Gene, not to cut you off, man, I just kind of be looking at my phone and everything. And, like I say, I had a lot of the followers that follow the Mean Gene Show, man, and, hit me up on Facebook and all that, and Jeff Lambert Sr. On the Facebook and all that. And, and I seen one of the gentlemen there, and I just want to say, hey, man, thanks for listening to the Mean Gene Show. Mr. Mark Franks, I seen him pop up in the chat room and everything, man. I always like their support. These guys support you, Mean Gene. And this, you've been doing your thing, man. You're doing your thing, man. Hey. And a lot of these guys come in, man, and I just be wanting to recognize them to say, hey, man, thank you for listening. Hey, and if you're listening to Mr. Picks, hey, there's always a thing to say, hey, man, thank you for even listening to Mr. Picks.
Hey, Mark, thanks for coming in, man. I hope we have made you some money along the way, because Mr. Picks has been on it here. These Thursday night games, he's damn near undefeated as far as I know. He's been knocking them down. And some big upset games, he's been knocking them down, especially that the Carolina game over Arizona last week. I don't know too many people that got that game right, but if you was betting on it, Mr. Picks, if you listened to Mr. Picks last week, you should have been making some money. And then if with the Miami Dolphins last week and the Baltimore Ravens, Mr. Picks, he nailed that game. So this man is knocking these picks down. So I hope. And that's why I have him on the show here, so you guys can get a chance to go and make some money and bet however you bet, wherever you bet. Listen, write these things down here so you can make some money here. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get the next game here. And speaking of Jacksonville, they are the next ones to talk about here. The 49ers. 49ers who just, oh my goodness, beat the brakes off the Rams.
Wow.
On Monday night, and they are playing the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday. The 4-5
Mhm.
49ers at the 2-7 Jacksonville Jaguars. What are the numbers, Mr. Picks?
Right now, Mean Gene. Right now, Jacksonville is the underdog. Right now, is San Francisco favored to win by 6.5 points with
Okay.
the over and under at 45, Mean Gene.
45. Okay.
At 45. And Mean Gene, I'm going to go on the line with this one, and I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars to cover that 6.5 points. And I believe
Okay.
that this game, is going to go way under 45 points. But I believe Jacksonville is going to cover that 6.5.
Well, I mean, I can see that. I can understand why you I mean, look here. The 49ers are coming off a short week here, which, and they got to travel completely cross country. I mean, they got to go from the top of California all the way to the bottom of the country down to Florida, which shouldn't matter. I don't know what the weather's going to look like, but I think it might be some rain. I'm not certain, but I tell you what, they really put a foot off in the Rams. And, they should. I'm going to pick the 49ers to win. I don't know if they can put two good games together, but I can just say this Deebo Samuels guy, and they got a rookie running back, and I halfway believe in their defense, to where they could probably get to Trevor Lawrence. And I know the Jacksonville Jaguars have put, they lose to the Indianapolis Colts last week, 23-17. But and believe me, I am not an Urban Meyer fan. I would not give him any credit, regardless, whatever he does. I just don't like the guy. I think he should have never came to the NFL. I think he's an embarrassment of a coach to the NFL. But I don't want to take away from those guys that play for him. Those professionals.
Exactly.
They deserve better.
And
but
yes. Yep.
But I like the 49ers to win, though. I just think the 49ers are going to go down there and get those Jaguars. Okay, the next game, the Green Bay Packers, 8-2 Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings, 4-5. Now, this is a big-time NFC North matchup. It's not my cousin, Jeff, but it's Kirk Cousins that's going to be at home facing Aaron. I forgot that I didn't get vaccinated Rodgers. So this is going to, hey, look here. We can make fun of Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. They're 8-2, and, they are going to be in the playoffs. And every time you make fun, and me and Dustin Pfeiffer talked about this last week, every time you make fun of Aaron Rodgers, he comes back and takes it out on you on the football field. Ask the Seattle Seahawks last week what happened. They blanked them 17-0. So vaccinated or not, he whooped their asses last week 17-0.
He did.
And both teams won last week. So the Vikings beat the Chargers last week. I didn't see that one happening either, Mr. Picks. Let's go back and look at the report card. Let's go back and look at the test papers. Let's go back and look now. This is what I like about this. Let's go back and see what you had for the Vikings and the Chargers in week 10. Okay, here we go. Wow, Mr. Picks. Mr. Picks likes the Vikings in the 3 points. There you go.
Hey.
There you go.
I'm telling you.
Mr. Picks took the Vikings in the 3 points. Wow.
Hey,
now, I don't know what because the under, let's see here. I don't know if we did I think the over under was 53, but you took the Vikings in the 3 and you got them.
Yeah.
And you got it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got that. You called that one right there. They won 27-20, and I believe the Chargers were the favorite.
They were.
So,
Chargers were the favorite.
So that was a good. Like I say, guys, this is why I have this man on the show, so you can make some money. Now, only if I would listen to Mr. Piggs, I would have made some money last week. But
hey, I'm telling you, Mean Gene. That's why. Look, I got paperwork. You hear that? Paperwork all over the place. I got it. Look, I got it. I got it up on the wall and everything. I'm looking at numbers and I'm looking at the teams and looking at the players. And hey, man. So I'm not just out here, man. Just trying to give your listeners, all the listeners, just some guessing. With my fingers crossed and talking to you. Hey, it's a lot of studying going into it. Like I said, I'm not perfect. So don't get mad at Mr. Picks if you get one wrong or whatever. But if you listen to a lot of the shows that me, Gene, that you had me come on, hey, it's been hey, I'm still up over, well above average as far as picking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good job on that one.
And the thing is, Mean Gene, hey, I'm just giving it to you, and we go through each and every one of the games, and we just giving it to them. We didn't charge anybody for anything. We just giving it to them.
No, we just giving you.
You didn't lose anything by listening.
No, you didn't. You didn't lose anything. So what are the numbers on Vikings and Packers?
Right now, Green Bay is favored to win by 1.5 points with the over and under at 47.5, Mean Gene. And Mean Gene, I look at these numbers and I look and see, with this being so close, with Green Bay favored to win only by 1.5 points.
A big division game.
A big division game. And it could go up to either 2 or it could go down to 1. Or before Sunday, it could go to a pick 'em. You know what I'm saying?
I'm really shocked that it's so close.
Me too. But, Mean Gene, I'm going back again with the Vikings. I'm going to pick the Vikings to win this game. And I believe that this game is going to go under 47.5 points. I don't think it's going to get up there again. Everybody probably jumping on it like, oh, man, they playing the Vikings. And, hey, Aaron Rodgers has had a bad day and thinking that this game, I believe this game is going to go under. And I believe Aaron Rodgers is going to get his tail licked this time by those Vikings.
All right, I got you. Hey, I don't know if I recorded your on your 49ers and Jaguars. I think you going with Jacksonville, right?
The 49ers in the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I want to make sure I captured your information correctly.
Okay.
Trying to see here.
Looking at the 49ers. Yeah, I was going. I said I was going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars to cover the 6.5 points.
Okay, cover the 6.5. All right.
Yeah, and as we speaking, I think it was like 44.5 at the time. Was it not? It moved to 45 right now. Yeah, I'm looking at it, Mean Gene. And if it's moving like that, and I believe I said I was going to take the under in that game.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I got it. Mr. Biggs here on the MeanGene Show. We're streaming live on Podbean, folks, trying to get you caught up here for week 11 of the National Football League. In case you're just joining us here on the live streaming, 2 teams do not play this week. The Broncos and the Rams, they do not have a bye. I mean, they do not play because they have a bye. And that means we have a full schedule. And we're going to move it along here because we got to wrap it up here before the top of the hour here. So we got the Packers and the Vikings out the way. Let's go ahead and move on to the next games here. That's going to be the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. The 5-4 Saints at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles win. Did they win last week? Let me get this right. Just when I try to get this going, something pops up on my screen here.
Eagles did win.
They did win, right? Okay, there we go.
I believe so.
Yeah, Eagles win last week, 30-13 at Denver, and the Saints lose a close one at Tennessee, 23-21. So, what are the numbers looking like, Mr. Picks?
Hey, Mean Gene, that was another one. I took New Orleans last week to cover, and I think it was like by 2 points or something, 2.5 points or 1. It was something, but New Orleans still ended up covering that game that they lost on last week. And also, I took Philly, if I'm not mistaken. And right now, I'm gonna go with the New Orleans. Right now, the over and under on this game is 43.5, Mean Gene, and Philly is favored to win by 2 points. I'm going to
Oh
take
wow,
those
2
2
points.
points. And yeah,
Okay.
just 2 points, Mean Gene. I'm going to take New Orleans to win. I know they're tired of losing. This is the second week, and I don't think you're going to get 3 weeks of losing um, out of New Orleans. So I'm going to take those 2 points with New Orleans. I'm going to take the underdog on this one and go with the New Orleans Saints to beat the Eagles. And with the 43.5 points on this here, Mean Gene, oh, man, I think I'm going to take the under on this game.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Saints to win too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. They are getting tired of getting beat up on. It's yeah. I mean, even though it's going to be a road game for them, but if they can get that 6 win to go to 6-4, it'd be really critical, improve their chances because right, like I said, with Cam Newton and Mighty Ice, depending on what happens tonight with the Falcons and the Patriots, uh, they could really switch places there. Right now, I think they are in the playoffs if it started today. But if they lose, they drop to the Eagles. And if Cam, comes up and the Panthers continue to win, then the Saints could be done. With if they continue to lose. So I think they got to get this win on Sunday.
If a buddy of mine's by the name of Terry Hopkins go out there and play for the Eagles this weekend.
Yeah, Terry Hopkins. Yeah, we know he's not going to want to hear from either one of us here because neither one of us picked this team there. Our good
Exactly.
friend there, Terry Hopkins. Hey, Terry, we sorry, man. We know that your Eagles. Look, I mean, come on. Look at the situation. He's not going to understand anything we're trying to say here because he's all in.
Oh,
He's Eagles fly, Eagles fly. I get it, but
exactly.
I just don't see it. I think the Saints defense is going to go up there and slow them Eagles down. All right, the next
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
Houston Texans 1-8. So yeah, that's that team that's 1-8. Um, so if the Detroit Lions do win a game, so it's going to be the Texans and the Lions trying to get that number 1 draft pick. So the Houston Texans 1-8 at the Tennessee Titans 8-2. So who you got here, Mr. Picks?
Right now, Tennessee is favored by 10 points, Mean Gene, with the over and under at 44.5 points. Mean Gene, I'm going to say that this game here, I'm going to go with Houston to cover the 10. Believe it or not, I'm going to go and say Houston will cover the 10 points.
Okay.
I believe Houston will cover their 10 points, and I believe that this game will go under 44.5. But I believe Houston will cover.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to go Titans to win because I don't know about all that other stuff.
He would say all other stuff don't matter, but hey,
Yeah,
man.
look, I know the Titans. They're in a position now. They are steamrolling in that AFC, and they know that
Yeah.
they got to keep winning, even if it's a 1-point game. They got to squeak out a win some kind of way. And this game is in Nashville, so I got them winning on Sunday to get to 9-2. All right, the next game we have is the Cincinnati Bengals 5-4 at the Las Vegas Raiders 5-4. So this is going to be a very interesting game for both teams because they both need this game desperately to stay alive because the Raiders have certainly dropped. KC sort of put their foot off in the Raiders last week, 41-14.
Yeah.
And the Bengals, they almost lost by the same score a couple of weeks ago to the Browns, 41-16. So both teams done gave up 41 points. Bengals coming off a bye. So what do you got there? What I can't wait to hear what the point spread is on this one.
The point spread right now, Cincinnati is only favored to win by 1 point.
Oh my
with
goodness.
the over and under at 50.5, Mean Gene. Hey, I'm gonna go with the Raiders to win this game. I think Cincinnati it's just something about coming off the bye week. Tom Brady showed us that, hey, bye week, and he's an elite quarterback. That always is a good thing, you know? So with the points only being 1 point, and like I say, this is another game that could move to a pick 'em. So I think that the Raiders bounce back off of the loss that they had. And I believe that this game being at the 50 and a half, I believe the game is going to go over 50 and a half.
Okay.
But I believe that the Raiders will win this game.
So, Mr. Picks, you like the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, and then, so you got Derek Carr getting it done here. So you like
I
the
believe
Raiders?
A lot of things been happening against the Raiders, and I think, man, they got to just get back in tune and focus, and they're at home, so I believe that.
What do you think about the points?
You
You like the over 50 and a half?
Yeah, I believe this game is going to go over 50 and a half.
You think Joe Burrow is going to come off that bye and gunsling it a little bit?
I believe it's going to be a shootout type of situation in this game here, and I believe they're going to put the numbers up. But I believe Raiders is going to be, victorious at the end of it.
It's going to be. I think so. I mean, getting beat the way they got beat there. I mean, oh my goodness. The Chiefs just really. The Chiefs went from worst to first in the AFC West, and now you got the Bengals. The Bengals went from first to worst, pretty much.
Exactly.
They were first place in the AFC North, and now the two teams went opposite directions there in their division. So with a win, one of these teams could get back there. I don't think the Raiders are too far out because with the Chargers losing to the Vikings, that kind of kept the Raiders in the playoff hunt, in the playoff picture there. So it should be a good game. I got the Raiders winning too. The game is going to be played at Allegiant Stadium. Raiders should get that win on Sunday. I would say if they lose this game, then I don't know about their playoff pictures. It could look very dim. Okay, the next game we have the Dallas Cowboys 7-2 at the Kansas City Chiefs 6-4. And man, before we get on this game, this is probably going to be one of the top games of the day. I mean, this is a good matchup, just a great matchup. So what are the numbers there?
Right now, MeanGene. Hold on, gotta pull my stuff back up here. We're looking at Dallas, Kansas City, favored to win by 2.5 points with the over under at 56.
Ooh, wow, that's a pretty high. I mean, before you even give your analysis, I would say this damn thing definitely going to be over. I mean, that's just my assumption there. I'm thinking it's going to be a high scoring game.
Right now
I'm really thinking it's going to be a high scoring game.
If it sits like it is right now, MeanGene, I believe that it will go over. But like I say, if it shifts any, and everybody looking at it, I think this game actually, to be honest, even if it shifts, I believe this game is going to go under, MeanGene, under 56 points. I don't think everybody, and like I say, I study this kind of stuff to where everybody will be putting the money on the over, and it's expected because it's a high-profile game, two good quarterbacks, both of them, put up some numbers. But this week, I don't think so, MeanGene. I'm going to take the under in this game, and I'm going to say Kansas City will pull off this one. This is one going to be, nothing against, I'm not a fan of the Cowboy Nation, believe this. But I also give credit and props where they do. They're doing a terrific job this year, and they're moving up. But I think this is going to be one that Mr. you know him.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes.
He's going to get up and be hollering. No.
Dak Prescott?
No. Mr. Stephen A.
Oh, Stephen A. Mr.
He's
Stephen
gonna
A.
have a cowboy hat. He's gonna have his cowboy
Oh
hat
my
on, and he's
goodness.
gonna be doing some hollering and yelling and all that. So I think this one he's ready to have his breakout moment. He hadn't did it in a minute, had a chance to do it since about a couple of weeks ago. So I think he's about ready to go ahead and
Whew.
holler. How about them Cowboys?
How about them? I tell you what, this is gonna be man. This is this is the real deal game, because this is the game where whoever wins is the real deal. So you can say people can say that the Cowboys, okay, well, Cowboys ain't did nothing. They had a soft schedule because of how they finished last year. They didn't make the playoffs. The Chiefs, Chiefs started out ugly. Now they starting to turn it up. Man, this is why this is the real deal game. You can call this the real deal bowl. Whoever wins this game is the real deal. And
Hey,
I tell you, I tend to think.
Look at. Go ahead.
No, I got the Chiefs winning. I got the Chiefs winning. I mean, this is a game that's going to be played in KC. The weather's not going to be in Dallas Cowboys' favorite,
Exactly.
But
exactly.
I just think, man, what we saw with what the Chiefs did against the Raiders last week, and I mean, look here, and that was in Las Vegas. You're going to get them at home now in their own comfort zone. I tell you what, man, I think they get up for big moments like this. I got the Chiefs winning.
Hey, maybe the Cowboys is bringing the meat to go into the chili in KC.
Oh yeah. They got some barbecue up there too,
Got some barbecue going. Some barbecue going.
Might have some barbecue chili.
And then you got, like you say, you got Dak going up against Super Bowl quarterback. They're starting, like you say, to turn this thing around to where he's starting to, get back into the rhythm to say, hey man, we gotta get our stuff together. So I think right now, man, that Mahomes is gonna win this game, man, and I don't think it's gonna go over. It might be because of the weather or whatever it may be, but I just don't think that this game is gonna be, everybody thinking just like how you were saying, hey man, it's gonna be up there. I really don't think that this game is gonna be, high like that, MeanGene. And a lot of these games this week, and I've been looking at it, I think that they're gonna go under. For some reason, it's always like when we get a little bit over the halfway mark, they don't play as hard because they are waiting to try to draw this thing out into the playoffs, and you don't really want to get your key people hurt at the end of the season, especially when you're going into the playoffs. So it's a lot of timidness. A lot of players get to playing timid because you're like, hey, we got a chance. We up here. We're going to go to the playoffs. Even though we're still playing, it's kind of like a lot of guys don't want to get hurt because they want to feel like, hey, I want to be in part of this playoff thing,
Well, we shall see Sunday. It's going to be a good one. The next one, Arizona Cardinals, 8-2 at the Seattle Seahawks, 3-6. NFC West matchup. Seahawks didn't score a point last week against the Green Bay Packers, and the Cardinals only put up 10 points against the Carolina Panthers. Who you got here, Mr. Picks?
Hey, right now, MeanGene, Arizona Cardinals are favored to win by 2.5 points with the over and under at 48. MeanGene, like you said, both of these teams took a disturbing loss.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you already know Arizona is coming back with a vengeance to get back on their roll, and they know it. They're gonna go up there. Seahawks, they didn't put up any points, so they know, man, we gotta put some points up. So I know that this game is gonna go over 48. This game is gonna go well over 48. You might hit about, it might get to be about almost 70 points, MeanGene, the way they're gonna play this weekend. This game is gonna go over, but I feel like, the Cardinals is gonna be victorious in this game. They're gonna win and continue on pushing towards, making it to that Super Bowl. I told you that.
All right. You like them covering the points?
Oh yeah, Arizona will cover that 2.5 points with no problem.
All right.
It might even be by a field goal or something, but
Okay.
Cardinals will win this game, and it's gonna go over to 48.
All right. We got the Sunday night game here on NBC. The 5-3-1 Pittsburgh Steelers at the 5-4 Chargers. Steelers get it a tie against the Detroit Lions. They are still in the playoff picture there, even with that tie. The Chargers, they lose to the Minnesota Vikings 27-20. And it looks like Big Ben will be back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So what do we got? What are the numbers here for this game here?
Hey, right now they got the Chargers are favored to win by 6 points with the over and under at 47, Mean Gene.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Mean Gene that I know. Big Ben them. They not finna lay down for. They I believe they're gonna cover the 6 points. They're gonna come back and show some type of redemption. Not just because it's my team, but they know they got to, Mean Gene. With this, you can't fall behind with this tie because that even just makes it even worse. Your season basically is almost like suspect, like, hey, I don't know what to tell you. But I know they know that tie kind of put them in a tight position with the way things are looking in our division. So that being said, I believe Pittsburgh will cover that 6 points, win this game, and I believe that this game will go over 47. It will go over 47 points.
I like the Steelers to win. I think I'm not certain if the Chargers, Joey Bosa is supposed to play in this game. I'm gonna things could change between now and Sunday, of course, but I think the Steelers know that was an ugly performance that they put out there last week against the Detroit Lions, and they know too that AFC, and this is an AFC matchup. It's not a division game, but it's an AFC matchup, and they know it's going to count. I mean, the Chargers could definitely be a wild card team, and this is definitely a must-win game for both teams. And I think the Steelers know that tie really put them in a bind, so they know they got to win. They can't afford to lose any AFC matchups at all, or losing the games. Period. At this point. So it's a must-win game for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I got them winning on Sunday night for the whole world to see at SoFi Stadium there in Los Angeles. All right, we got the last game here. New York Giants 3-6 at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Super Bowl champions host Monday Night Football at Raymond James Stadium. Who you got here, Mr. Picks?
Right now, Mean G, this game here, they got Tampa Bay favored to win by 11 points with the over and under at 49.5. Mean Gene, I'm gonna take, and believe it or not, I'm gonna rock with the Giants. I'm gonna go with the Giants to cover the points. I'm not gonna say they're gonna win, but I believe that they will cover those 11 points against Tom Brady. And I believe that this game here, Mean Gene, will probably go over 49.5 points.
Okay. You know what? Look, I think Tom Brady and them will win the game. Okay, but I agree with you that the Giants are going to cover those points, though. Yeah, because I tell you what, man, they play some great football. They just can't win games, and I don't know what it is about them. They really do play some good football. They just cannot win games, and and sometimes they can catch teams off guard. And I think there's a chance that they might catch these guys off guard. They're coming off a bye. The last time they played was against the Raiders, and they actually beat the Raiders. They beat the Raiders, believe it or not. And and of course now Tampa Bay's coming off a loss. They lost to the Washington football team. So the last week. So Tampa's not. You can catch Tampa sleeping. And Tom Brady looked really bad in that game.
Exactly. And Tampa. Some of the key players is still out, and everything. And then I think the Giants may have what's my running back?
The Giants, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I believe he's going to be back. So
Yeah, the Giants are just one
and
of those teams, they're not look, I mean, the Giants are not gonna scare anybody. They're not, with a
yeah,
record of 3-6, they're not as bad as the Detroit or the Texans, of course, or even
yeah,
but still, Daniel Jones is not a bad quarterback. I mean, like you said,
exactly.
when it comes to betting and when it comes to looking at those odds, I would say they're not going to lose by that total, that
Yeah,
spread
yeah,
that they have out there. So I would say
yeah.
put your money on the Giants if you're trying to make a little money. Well, hey folks, we're at the top of
Mhm.
the hour. You got a couple of hours to get in there and make your bets. Mr. Pixton gave you some great information. He gave you some damn good information last Thursday, and he had those Miami Dolphins beating those Ravens, and he made you some money. He had those Vikings beating those Chargers. You should have made some money. He had those Cardinals, those Panthers beating those Cardinals. You should have made some money. So you know what, Mr. Pick? So you know what? Let's go ahead and just recap in case we had some people jump in there late. And so I don't
Okay.
want anybody to miss opportunity to make some money here on the MeanGene Show here, because on Thursday nights it's all about trying to make you a little money here, right? So we started out with the game tonight. Okay, you like for the Atlanta Falcons, right? You got the Falcons, right? To cover that six and a
Yeah.
half, and you like for the game to go
Hmm.
under that 47.
Correct.
Okay, and then we looked at the Indy Buffalo game. I believe you said that the Colts are going to cover those 7 points, right? And that game should go under 50.
Hmm.
Okay, we looked at
Correct.
the Washington football team versus the Panthers. Mr. Picks, he said that the Panthers should cover that 3, and the game should go under 43.5. We looked at the Baltimore Ravens versus the Bears. Mr. Picks liked the Ravens to cover those points there. And we looked at the Browns versus the Lions. Okay, what did you get on that one, Mr. Picks?
The Browns and the Lion. I
Uh-huh.
said the Browns. Cleveland will win by that 11.5
Okay,
points.
yeah. So I wanted to make sure. Okay, so you got
Hmm.
the Browns. You basically said the Browns are gonna beat the brakes off of them, right?
Yeah, they're gonna beat the brakes
Yeah,
off of
they. Okay, so now and then we said the 49ers in the Jacksonville. You actually like the Jacksonville Jaguars to cover those six and
I
a
like
half
the
points.
Jacksonville.
Yep,
Exactly.
and with the Vikings and the Packers, you want to stick with them Vikings, right?
Hmm. Yes,
And
sir.
you like the Vikings to win, and then
Yes, sir.
you like them to go under that 47.5. On the Saints and the
Yes, sir.
Eagles, Mr. Picks is going to take the Saints in those 2 points, and he's going to take the under
Hmm.
on that. And when we look at the Texans and the Titans, you know what? Mr. Picks like the Texans. Now he don't like the Texans to win, but he like the Texans to cover those 10 points.
Yep.
Okay. And
Yep.
when it comes to the Bengals and the Raiders, he likes the Raiders to cover. All right. And he says that it's going
Hmm.
to go over that 50.5 points, right?
Yes, sir.
Cowboys and the KC Chiefs, Mr. Picks, he's going to take the under, and he says that the Chiefs are going to cover those points, right? Those two and a
Yes,
half
sir.
points.
Yes, sir.
And the
Hmm.
Steelers and Chargers, he's got the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to cover, and the game should go over to 47. And this is where it stands today. Now, keep in mind, things could change Sunday with the numbers, but this is as
Hmm.
of today. And then the Monday night game between the Giants and Tampa Bay. Mr. Picks liked the New York Giants to cover the points, and he feels that the game is going to go over that 49.5. So that's it, folks. Hope you enjoy tonight's game, and we'll come back next week and kind of grade the paper to see how we do, and enjoy your games this Sunday. And Mr. Picks, thanks for being part of the 400 show here on Podbean, man.
Hey, no doubt, no doubt. Hey, thanks for having
I
me,
know it,
G.
man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
that. Hey, folks. All you guys that jumped in the chat room here. Hope you enjoyed the show. They was quiet, Mr. Pick, so that meant they must have been writing this stuff down, right?
I hope they would. I hope they would.
those, man.
Hey, you guys share your stuff too, man. Let us know if you were successful out there making a little money and stuff. So we like to see how all that stuff goes. So hey, all right, hey, we're gonna let you guys go. Get ready for your games. Go grab you something to eat. We'll see you back here next Thursday for week 12 of the National Football League. Our predictions and analysis here on the MeanGene Show. All right, enjoy your week. See you next week.